So I made a video about speaking with Lilith, and this person says they're really drawn to Lilith and they want to know how can they reach out to her. My name is Alana O. I'm a lazy witch, and I also work with deities, particularly with Lilith. So let's talk about it. My first recommendation working with any deity is always going to be to do research on that deity. Even if you feel drawn to them, it's really important for you to know their background, their folklore, their purpose, and make sure that you spiritually align with them. And it sounds like you may have already started that process. So let's talk about a few ways to reach out. Keep in mind, I'm a lazy witch. One of the things that I do in my practice is that I will ring a bell and just start speaking to that deity. I will ring a bell and start speaking to my guides. I will ring a bell and start speaking to spirit, just generally, because a bell is kind of alerting them. It's ringing their bell, so to speak, not in a rude way. Another way that may work for you is meditation. I'm not big on meditation. I usually set a timer when I'm doing it just because it's hard for me to sit still for a long period of time. But another thing that I really like to do is divination. Now, if you don't read tarot or you don't really practice divination, one of the first forms of divination that I would recommend trying is a pendulum. A pendulum is a really easy divination practice to pick up, and you could also DIY a pendulum. You probably already have the tools right now in your home to create one if you don't already own one. But connecting with a pendulum and speaking to your deity and asking them to move the pendulum for you is a great way to try to reach out to them. Another way I would recommend is lighting a candle. It doesn't have to be fancy. So I do use deity candles, I do create deity candles, but you could literally use a regular candle. You could use a tea light candle. I definitely recommend like either writing their name in it, or if they have a symbol and you feel like you can carve it in the candle, go ahead, take a toothpick and carve the candle and light it and then speak to them. If you see the flame getting really high or if you see it moving a lot, this is a way for you to kind of candle gaze and communicate with them through the flame of the candle. If you do decide to do one of these practices, also consider leaving an offering. An offering, particularly for Lilith, doesn't have to be super extravagant. Think about using a bowl of water, a glass of wine, an apple, something simple that you already have in your possession. I hope that helps. Bye, guys.